back, but I do hope people pay close attention to what is embodied here, because this is a taste of what people have in store for the American public.
Gentleman yields back his time. What purpose does the gentleman from Idaho rise?
Strike last word.
Gentleman's recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in opposition to this amendment, and while I appreciate my good friend from Kansas's passion for cutting spending, the reality is this is exactly what we're doing. This bill comes in we passed a budget earlier in this year on the floor. We're the only body to have passed a budget, actually. Senate has not passed one yet. But this bill, we were given an allocation, and this bill comes in under that allocation. We all know that we cannot balance this budget simply by cutting. But we also know that reducing federal spending is a necessary priority and a first step toward getting us toward a balanced budget. I think that this amendment goes too far. It would take $3 billion from the numerous accounts in this bill, including the BLM, Fish and Wildlife Service, National Park Service, NEA and NEH, as was mentioned, and transfer it to the budget reduction account. I think it goes too far because while I appreciate the gentleman's concern that he expressed about the impact that the EPA is having in this country on job creation, and I've said repeatedly that when I go out and give a speech somewhere to a Chamber of Commerce or Lions Club or whatever, I'll talk about the Interior Bill and the agencies that we fund. And when I get to the EPA, someone in the audience will say, just defund it, get rid of it. And it's the first applause line in the speech. That's the reputation the EPA has out in the public, and that's the concern that the public has about the direction that the EPA is headed. So I appreciate my gentleman's concern about the EPA, but as I try to explain to people, you can't just do away with the EPA. Because if you're out there and you have a business and the underlying law requires you to get an air quality permit or a water permit or something like that, and you call the EPA to get your air quality permit and no one's there to answer the phone to help you with that, then you've got a problem. So we don't want to eliminate the EPA. What we want to do is rein the EPA back in because I think they've got an overly aggressive agenda. And as I've said, I think they're the biggest wet blanket on the growth in our economy that there is. But I rise in opposition to the amendment, and I would hope that my colleagues would oppose the amendment.
The gentleman yields back his time. What purpose does the gentleman